When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast.
The one and only.
The only podcast that you need to know about.
I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
We're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And hey, Kyle.
Hey, Mike.
We're the only podcast.
We're the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I double-checked the internet. Only one.
Yep. We're going to talk about clits.
Yeah.
We're clitorally going to talk about clits
Yeah,
today.
we are going to talk about clits. I'm excited.
I am, I guess.
You're feeling something, and we'll explore that together.
Yeah. But first,
I
I don't have any feedback or corrections.
Neither do I.
I think that just means that we're not being angry.
Oh, we're not being edgy enough. We need to
Anger-inducing.
make more edgy jokes so that we get more feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. The first thing that came to mind was racist. Not going to say that out loud. Oh, my God.
We have grown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, great. Well, we did it then.
Great.
Here's the news.
Shut your mouth hole, it's time for your ear holes. News, news, news.
News the first, Kyle.
Yeah.
So the great state of Tennessee is trying to basically admit, like, yeah, we have to let gays get married, but that doesn't mean we have to make life easy for them.
Oh, God. What are they doing?
So they, so it's been advanced by Tennessee Republicans, the Tennessee House of Representatives. They passed House Bill 1473, which asserts private citizens and organizations in the state are not bound by the 14th Amendment or by the Supreme Court's Obergefell v. Hodges ruling from 2015 when it comes to recognizing the marriages of same-sex couples. So basically, the bill says if you are shitty to married gay people because you don't believe in their marriage, you're protected.
They're not bound to the
14th Amendment?
How can you make that? I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Well, so, yeah, it's being described as a defense of religious liberty and freedom of conscience,
Always
of course,
is.
always. So, it's sort of unique in that they are trying to say that constitutional law is optional in private life. That the legal status of same-sex marriages can be quietly downgraded without formally overturning Obergefell.
Just like murder's legal when you do it quietly in your own home.
If you don't get caught, everything's legal.
That's true.
So, but yeah, I'm going to be watching this pretty closely because
it's bonkers?
it's bonkers, and it's like they keep trying to make the court revisit Obergefell in different ways.
Yeah, now's the time. If I would them, I would do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Basically, the bill is like, yes, they're married, but that's it. They only get the word and nothing else in Tennessee. Try me. And so we'll see what happens. It's really shitty.
But it hasn't passed yet.
Hasn't passed yet. It's still in the Tennessee House of Representatives, although, sorry, it cleared the House and now goes to the Senate. But it was a 68-24 vote, largely along party lines.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty red state. Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Get your
Yikes.
shit together, Tennessee.
Yeah. Just do your music and nothing else.
Maybe barbecue or something? Or
Oh,
whiskey.
sure.
Whiskey. I like their whiskey.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, news the second.
Yeah.
So the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, which was the site of a mass shooting in 2016, is going to be demolished in mid-March, which that was the headline that grabbed me.
Yeah. ...
because they're going to replace it with a permanent memorial.
Oh, interesting. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't we want to keep it as a... Can't you make it a historical... Do we want to make it a historical marker to represent... Remember that? I don't know. I'm torn.
Well, 49 people were killed and 53 wounded by a gunman at the nightclub in the early hours of June 12th, 2016. Most of them were LGBTQ+, and most of them were Latinx folks. The gunman was killed. It was the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history up to that time. But of course, we bested ourselves.
Go America, number one.
The very next year in Las Vegas at the Harvest Music Festival. But the city of Orlando took over development of the memorial after a private nonprofit organization, the One Pulse Foundation, was dissolved in 2023. Last year, the city council approved the purchase of the property and an adjacent vacant building and selected a construction company to clear the site and build the memorial. It's supposed to start this fall. They're supposed to be done by 2027. And Orange County, Florida, has put up a bunch of money. The state of Florida has put in money, too, which that's not a thing that I expected would be true. But there's going to be a reflecting pool, a survivor's wall, and 49 columns to honor all who died in the shooting. So it sounds like it's going to be like a pretty tasteful, like, go and reflect.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a moment.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
No.
I went there like right after it happened, and it was really very, very powerful. It was moving. Went with a bunch of gay fraternity brothers. It was fun. Not fun.
It's like when someone goes to a funeral and you're like, how was it? And
it's amazing.
Like, you're not supposed to, I don't know. Yeah, I get what you mean.
News the last.
Yeah.
So the Reverend Jesse Jackson died last week after being hospitalized for some time. He was 84, and he was, of course, a titan of black rights in this country. But it's also important to note that he was a trailblazer when it came to LGBTQ plus rights as well. He was the first presidential candidate to include support for gay rights in his campaign platform. The family released a statement that said, quote, "Our father was a servant leader not only to our family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world. We shared him with the world, and in return, the world became part of our extended family. His unwavering belief in justice, equality, and love uplifted millions, and we ask you to honor his memory by continuing the fight for the values he lived by." But yeah, I think he founded the Rainbow Coalition, which that's pretty gay.
Cute.
Just like thematically.
Yeah.
But he also said, quote, "Marriage is based on love and commitment, not on sexual orientation. I support the right for any person to marry the person of their choosing." And that was like way back in the 90s. So
Oh, wow. Before it was cool.
Before it was cool. So I just think it's important that we recognize allies that have done things for us when they pass. And he was, and he did. And of course, he's deeply meaningful to our black community as well. So
it's deep, all right. Sorry, I thought that sentence was going somewhere else.
6 feet deep. Oh, no. Yeah, I was going to.
Sorry. No. You were saying something touching.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jesus Christ. That's the news, Kyle.
That's the news. If you want to be deep in us, I want to thank the
6 feet deep
6 feet deep in us. I hope you have a 6 feet long deep dick.
Not even me would be into that, Kyle.
Coming soon on a 6 feet long episode. I want to thank the following new Patreon members. Thank you to Stephen. No. Thank you to Contra Bassoon.
Ooh.
And yeah. What?
That's incredibly difficult to play.
Oh, congratulations. Well, you didn't say you played it good.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Just that you exist.
Or maybe he is a bassoon. This is a animated bassoon, an anthropomorphic bassoon.
Then play your gross notes somewhere else. Bassoons don't sound good on their own. And thank you to Rob Woods.
Oh,
Rob, who are you woodsing?
Yeah. That's a porn name.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
For sure. If you want ad-free episodes a day early, if you want to support the show, if you want to use Mike's hole, if you want to join our quarterly Patreon happy hours, if you want to vote in the monthly Patreon polls, then go to patreon.com/Gayish podcast.
Do it.
Do it.
You sons of bitches.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about clitori? Is it clitorises or clitori?
It's clitorises, Kyle.
Oh, okay. It's more fun to say clitori.
Well, I know, but it's wrong.
But it's wrong. Sometimes the wrong thing is fun.
It's like octopi. Octopi is not right either because it's
really?
Greek, Kyle.
Oh.
It's octopodes if you want to be douchey.
Oh, wow. That is so douchey.
Or it's octopuses.
Speaking of slimy tentacles, let's talk about the clitoris.
Let's talk about the clitoris. I'm going to talk to you about the history of clits.
Okay,
Kyle.
sure. They have always had them, and we've been touching them since then.
You did it.
Yeah.
Great. Your turn.
Okay.
So let's talk about the word itself. We were just talking about words. The word itself is actually like a dirty joke, sort of.
No.
The word clitoris came into the English language around 1615, and it's from the Greek clitoris, which is why clitori is incorrect, because that's what you would do if it was Latin. Clitoris. There are three competing etymologies. It might come from clitus, meaning little hill. It might come from klein, meaning to shut, referencing it being tucked under the labia, or from a supposed verb clitorisein, meaning to tickle lasciviously.
Tickle my little hill. Hey boy. Come tickle this little hill. It's hidden.
Is one of us going to go over euphemisms?
No.
Little hill is great. The little man in the boat is great. The ring the doorbell, that's great. Okay, the Germans just went ahead and called it der Kitzler, meaning the tickler. That's the word for it in German. The ancient Greeks called it nymphe, which is bride. The French call it bijou, which is jewel.
Oh, that one's cute. I like that one.
And the Tuamotuan people of Polynesia had at least 10 different words for it, which this is true. We have more words for boy parts than we do girl parts. You ever thought about that?
No.
How many different ways?
Just we can say it in different ways. Penis,
dick, cock, penis, pee-pee, Peter. Like there's like not a lot of options for the clit. Maybe because we didn't even know it was real until recently. We're going to talk about that too. Basically, in the Renaissance, a bunch of anatomists, like, because that's when like Grey's Anatomy was big, and like the book, not the TV show.
Yeah, Meredith Grey wouldn't exist for a few more years.
Right. But there was a lot of like doing drawings based on cadavers that was happening in the Renaissance. In 1559, Italian surgeon Matteo Realdo Colombo published. Do you have this in your notes?
No, I don't. I was just checking, but I don't.
Okay. Published De Re Anatomica, claiming that he discovered the clit.
Wow.
He called it Amor Veneris vel dulcedo, which is the love or sweetness of Venus. And he described it as preeminently the seat of women's delight. 2 years later, Gabriele Falloppio, the fallopian tubes guy, shot back, if others have spoken of it, quote, if others have spoken of it, know that they have taken it from me or from my students.
I have this part.
Oh, yeah?
No, that's okay. Keep going.
This is history, Kyle. This is my zone.
I know.
Then Andreas Vesalius, the so-called father of modern anatomy, jumped in to argue that the clitoris didn't even exist in normal women at all, and that it was only found in hermaphrodites, which is not a word that we use anymore, unless it's just about biology and animals. We would say intersex now. But then Danish anatomist Caspar Bartholin dismissed everyone, pointing out that the Greeks had been talking about the clit since the 2nd century. That it's not a new discovery, everyone. Calm down. Let's see. In 1486, you can talk about this?
I don't know what you're going to say, so it depends.
Witch hunters.
Oh, no.
Declared that the aroused clitoris was the devil's teat. Yeah, the Malleus Maleficarum, the witch's hammer, the infamous handbook for identifying and persecuting witches, identified clitoral tissue as evidence of witchcraft. And an engorged clitoris was literally considered proof that you'd been fucking Satan.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Just like when you leave fiery cum behind your butthole, you know that a gay man has been fucking Satan. Clitoris is the fiery cum of the women.
We should be so lucky.
I know, right?
The fiery cum. Woo. So then we have to talk about Freud.
Sure.
And Freud basically said that pleasure from the clit meant that you were immature. That like women needed to grow out of being into the way that their clit made them feel. Anything
that he didn't like or understand, he kind of was like, they just got to grow out of it. Like he said that about being gay too.
Yeah, and wanting to fuck your dad or your mom, cigars. Like anyway, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. So in 1905, he declared that clitoral orgasms were infantile.
Oh, God, I hope not.
And that...
Only if you're on the Epstein Island.
Don't touch your baby's clits, everybody. That's not great. But that emotionally mature women should transfer their pleasure center to the vagina. Because dudes are obsessed with the dicks and where they go.
Mm-hmm.
And
the clit doesn't mean anything to me, a person who has a dick.
Right. It does nothing for me.
Yeah.
So stop it.
Yeah.
Apparently. But yeah, he literally wrote, quote, elimination of clitoral sexuality is necessary precondition for the development of femininity. And, but he also offered no data, didn't study this. It was just a thing that he said based on vibes.
I wish that's how things work. I could be a really good philosopher.
Well, philosophy's all bullshit, Kyle.
Yeah, I know.
Chris Ketchatorians, I'm sorry. So for decades after that, women who couldn't orgasm from just penetration alone got diagnosed as frigid or neurotic. And there are a lot of women, this has been well studied, for whom vaginal penetration is not sufficient to reach climax.
Yeah, I had data on this, but I don't anymore. It was something like only a third of women like climax through vaginal intercourse alone.
Well, by 1944, there was a guy a psychologist, who said that 70 to 80% of all women were sexually dysfunctional.
Jesus Christ. Once you start getting to that percentage, then you're like, maybe I need to rethink my numbers.
Maybe I need to re-understand what normal means.
Yeah.
So Princess Marie Bonaparte, Napoleon's great-grandniece and a friend of Freud, she was so frustrated that she measured clitoris to vagina distances in 243 women, and then she had surgery to physically move her own clit closer to her vagina. The idea being that if it's closer to the vagina, then maybe it'll get stimulated more. It didn't work.
Oh.
But yeah, it took until 1970. It took until 1970 to definitively study this and debunk Freud. It was a woman named Anne Coate, and she wrote a landmark feminist essay, "The Myth of the Vaginal Orgasm," and basically it was case closed after that. But the first edition of Gray's Anatomy had the clit in it. That was 1858. But in 1948, Dr. Charles Mayo Goss simply just erased it. It was not found in the 1948 Gray's Anatomy because he erased it. Again, the book, not the show, Kyle.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, so it was put back in 1998. Basically, like, that's after Google. Like, we had to Google the clit to find it or something because it... yeah, there was the first female urological surgeon who was an Australian doctor named Helen O'Connell. She remapped the complete internal anatomy in 1998 using cadaver dissection and MRIs. And she found, this is a thing we'll talk about several times today, that the full clitoris is like an iceberg. So even though it's just a little nubbin up there at the top of the labial folds, it is about 10 centimeters long internally. So like it goes in there.
Yeah, I learned some things doing research for this episode, and that was one.
Yep. And there's erectile tissue that extends deep into the body. And a lot of people even seem to think that all orgasms involving a vagina are actually clitoral orgasms, that what's getting stimulated is the fork of the clit that is internal and sits on either side of the vagina, that's what's really getting stimulated.
I heard it described as a wishbone, and I liked that visual imagery.
Yeah, and then like the clit is a little part at the top,
thing at the end.
So you snap her in half and see who wins, gets the wish, I guess.
King Solomon, whoever snaps the woman in half and has the bigger half gets her.
We're not going to talk about FGM too much because it's gross and it makes me unhappy.
Oh, okay, good. I'm not going to talk about it at all.
But there was a Victorian doctor, Isaac Baker Brown, who surgically removed clitorises as a cure for masturbation, because he believed that caused epilepsy, mania, and death. He was the president of the Medical Society of London in 1865, and he published a book that claimed that masturbation led to an 8-stage progression ending in death, and that a clitoridectomy had a 70% cure rate. And I just want to put that in there because we like to think about FGM that it's barbaric and horrific and beneath us, and it's not. Like it wasn't that long ago that we were doing it not because of God, but because of medicine. We don't really have the moral high ground here.
No.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about history-wise for clits. I'm going to talk more about the biology in a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to talk about the social neglect of the clitoris.
Great.
And this is from a paper called Clinical Implications of the Historical, Medical, and Social Neglect of the Clitoris by Blair, Peter, Amanda, and why do you have an N and a D right next to each other? Dumal, and Maria I. Uloco. This is in the Journal of Sexual Medicine. What?
Nailed it. For you.
The Journal of Sexual Medicine, which is a peer-reviewed medical journal published on behalf of the International Society for Sexual Medicine. This came out in 2023.
Sure.
What?
I'm pretty sure we knew that the clit was being neglected before 2023.
But obviously no one has like published anything about it.
Yeah.
So everything in terms of the clit has happened much later than you would want or hope or dream they might. In this paper, they used the term individuals with vulvar anatomy a lot, which I really liked because it is both trans inclusive and the specific words that they want to use. So it's more accurate.
Yep.
So I appreciated that.
Yep.
In the opening paragraph, they said, quote, despite its significance, the clitoris has remained gravely misunderstood, misrepresented, and oft neglected in medical literature and social consciousness. They called a penis the anatomic homologue of the clitoris and used it for comparison when looking at how we treat people that have clitorises versus people that have penises. And they looked at the number of published papers on PubMed about each one of those, and the medical subject headings that included penis in them was 53,312. And then the medical subject headings that had the clitoris in it
14
was yeah, right. It was 2,571. So it was about 20x the amount of times that it appeared, which you would think in a like it should be somewhere around 50-50, given roughly 50% have each.
Phallocentrism is a plague, Kyle.
But I love it so.
I know, right? That's true.
I'm phallocentric. The focus on the penis is so high that we often overlook anything else. We talked about like where the penis goes and what it does is often the focus rather than anything else that doesn't include a penis. And female sexuality is often met with shame, control, and oppression by society. Let's see. Let me see if I wrote anything in the history that you didn't already cover. An important part in the history of the clitoris is birth control, which that helped decouple sex from reproduction, and that helped us then have the desire to study things other than reproduction, especially in women's health.
Yeah, for sure.
And women's sex.
We have the sexual revolution to thank for a lot of stuff, and gay culture, gay rights, gay acceptance, and all of that. It's arguable that all of that came from birth control. It's exactly it, right? It makes sex for more than just making babies, which we can't do. Yeah. No matter how hard we try.
Yeah, put it in my butt. You might have said this in 2005. That's when clitoral anatomy was first accurately described by Australian urologist Dr. Helen O'Connell. The penis was fully described as early as 35 BCE by Hippocrates. So a little bit different kind of treatment there. In the early days of...
Counterpoint.
Sure.
The dick is on the outside. You know? Like...
So's the clit.
There's like...
It's right there.
It's sure.
It is more prominent and dangly.
Great.
Yeah.
The danglier the better, I always say.
More dangle to your angle. We are in our early days of understanding the full anatomy of the clitoris, which is wild to think. Like, we don't know how bicycles work, and we also don't know that much about the anatomy of the clitoris.
We do know how bicycles work.
We don't know how bicycles work. Look it up. I promise.
Weird.
Yeah, we don't know how bicycles work. Until recently, it has been incorrectly stated that the clitoris has 8,000 nerves. This information was actually from a bovine model. It actually does have over 10,000. What?
We look at cow clits. It's the same.
Yeah, about
It's
right.
about
Some
right.
farmer somewhere in Arkansas is like, it's the same thing, I promise. Yeah, so we are limited by our technology to be able to measure the correct number of nerves. You mentioned that the clitoris is often left out of medical drawings. Even today in medical and surgical textbooks, it is left out, or it's not consistently well documented or discussed. It's not yet standard practice for a medical trainee to learn how to give a comprehensive vulvar? Am I saying that right?
Vulvar
examination, even for people that are in fields like gynecology or urology.
So weird.
That's wild.
Yeah. Like, let's just ignore this stuff. Let's get in there to the vag and
let's get into the good
cervix and
stuff.
uterus.
Yeah. That, as a result of the fact that medicine, even today, is not consistent about including or representing the clitoris, this makes some conditions go unexamined, undiagnosed, and untreated. If you talk to a woman that has been to the doctor at all, then you will hear the joke that, it's always like, why don't you lose some weight? Or regulate your emotions better, something that's like pretty dismissive. There is a condition called that causes chronic pain in the clitoris called clitoridynia. 25% of the population has a clitoral adhesion, which can cause clitoridynia.
Doesn't it sound like a dinosaur?
It does.
Triceratops, pteranodon, clitoridynia.
I hate that part in Jurassic Park where Jeff Goldblum gets eaten by a clitoridynia. So 25% of the population has this clitoral adhesion, and a simple treatment exists, a simple treatment called lysis. The lysis for a clitoral adhesion does not have a CPT code for billing purposes.
Oh. It's free then.
It's free. Can't write it down. It's free. Unlike the penises do have a lysis CPT code.
Is that for curing like phimosis or something?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
This is about the clit, Mike. To get into the penis part. It's estimated that a common vulvar condition, that sounds so weird. I don't think I'm saying that right.
Just say Volvo, like the car.
A common Volvo condition, as the engine won't start, is vulvodynia, which is chronic pain in the vulva, costs the U.S. $31 to $72 billion in healthcare costs and societal costs like sick leave. So this also, you shouldn't need an economic reason and monetary reason to care about the clit and women's anatomy and anatomy in general, but there is data supporting why, there's a monetary impact.
It's like my pussy hurts is $1 billion.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And
I wonder how that compares to my dick hurts,
Yeah. I wonder how much we're losing for dick hurting. Got that gonorrhea all cleared up, Mike, so we're good to go. They recapped in the kind of discussion and what to do going forward by saying, quote, as the clitoris has been historically neglected by the medical community, so too has the transgender and gender diverse community. So they encouraged people to incorporate trans and gender nonconforming people into their consideration when they do this, which was really cool. We so often say that studies leave out trans people in their evaluation, analysis, review of whatever it is they're doing. So it's cool to see the opposite in one of these papers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's kind of a good segue.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm going to talk amongst other things. I'm going to talk about intersex people, because it's not just gender nonconforming folks; it's intersex folks also.
Yeah.
Right. And we're talking about the clit, and there's lots of different parts. It's not always just dick and balls or vag. Like there's lots and lots and lots of different things that can happen. But have you heard this thing? It's like, I don't know, armchair or like water cooler talk, but that we all start out female. You heard this?
Oh yeah.
Before.
And then some of us grow a penis.
Yeah, and that's a gross oversimplification, but it is sort of true, and it's important, I think, for like a lot of fucked up conservative arguments about like that lead them to be anti-trans are because they don't understand that it's not like decided at birth. It's definitely not decided at conception. and that is more complicated. But this dude named Alfred Jost in the mid 20th century did a bunch of rabbit experiments on bunnies, and found that when he removed the gonads from the embryos, they all developed female-appearing genitalia regardless of their chromosomes. So, and this was...
Why the fuck would you... I mean, it sounds like that gave us some insight, but why would you do that? I would be like, I just had a weird idea. I need to go somewhere and talk to someone about it. Because otherwise I'm going to start removing gonads from bunnies, and that's a weird thing to do.
I want to see what happens to bunny clits if I yank their ovaries out
Jesus
or whatever.
Christ, okay.
He's a weird man.
Okay.
It was the 1950s though, so but that's where the myth started that we all start as female. And it's not a myth, it's just an oversimplification. Modern genetics has shown us that female development isn't just a default, it requires active genetic programming, meaning we really start out as neither, but there's a lot of things that look female or that start anyway. There's a gene that actively suppresses male structures. The gene WNT4 upregulates pathways for female development. So we all start in a biopotential state, not as female, not as male, but as a blank template with the cellular machinery to go either direction. And both pathways require active signals to proceed. So it's less like everyone starts female and more like everyone starts like a choose your own adventure book. Now, you talked about homology, which is wild when it comes to like your business, your junk. Every male structure has a female counterpart and vice versa. So, and they come from the same embryonic tissue. So your clitoris, if you have one, is the same as the head of the penis, the glans penis. That comes from the same clay or whatever. The clitoral hood is the same as foreskin. Both are called the prepuce even in medical terminology. The labia majora becomes your scrotum in males. In fact, it's more prominent in some dudes than others, ball havers, but there's a line that divides your ball sack into two. And that is like your labia, the tissues that would become labia come together and fuse. And that's why there's a seam there. It really was apart when you were in the womb.
Wow. So my pussy is my butt, like everyone's saying.
Sort of.
My pussy's my balls. Don't fuck my pussy.
So that's the visible seam is called the scrotal raphe, and it is like a zipper. It's like you zip your pussy up, and that's where your balls sit.
Okay.
The vestibular bulbs are the corpus spongiosum, and this is where we are coming to Skene's glands. The paraurethral glands are in women or females, biological females. It's the prostate. They come from the same thing. So the G spot and the P spot really do come from the same clay. They both produce PSA, prostate-specific antigen, and the female prostate is now a recognized synonym according to the NIH and some other medical associations. So the G-spot is real. It's more pronounced and more sensitive in some women than others, and it comes from the same place that our prostate does.
Wow, so women have a prostate too?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just does different things and serves a different purpose. Okay, now...
But doesn't it also help you ejaculate? Like female ejaculation?
Yeah. Yeah, well...
So it does some similar things.
Depends on who you ask. We actually, we know... As little as we know about clits, Kyle, we know even less about squirters.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Do we need to do an episode on squirting?
Probably.
This is just the beginning of our 4-part series on the anatomy of the...
On female parts. Yeah. Female business. Okay, let's talk about intersex folks, though, for a little bit. Anybody who says... And this is really just a maybe tortured segue to talk about how fucking stupid fucking conservatives are with their horse shit.
Yeah.
It is not just X or Y. It is not. If you think it is, shut your fucking hole and never talk again about anything.
Yeah, there should be like a little test. And if you get that one wrong, then you don't get an opinion.
So if you actually care, there are 6 different things that can differ in a human in how their sex is expressed. So there's chromosomal sex, your X or Y, gonadal sex, hormonal sex, internal anatomy, external anatomy, and secondary sex characteristics. And all of them can point in different directions in the same person, towards the female end or toward the male end. So there's complete androgen insensitivity syndrome. A person with XY chromosomes and internal testicles develops completely female-appearing external genitalia because their cells can't respond to testosterone. Most folks identify as women, but they are XY. They are mostly indistinguishable from females, and despite the fact that they are XY.
Which is why, like, when you sex a baby, you often just look at what's going on outside and don't really do any more testing, and they're like, cool, got it, nailed it, move on. And then a lot of intersex people don't realize they are until later when something happens medically and they have to do a test, and they're like, oh, hey,
100%.
did you know that this thing?
Well, there's a specific example of a really wild thing here that I'm going to talk about in a second. There's congenital adrenal hyperplasia, which is an XX person, 2 X chromosomes, with ovaries, but they're born with genitalia that look entirely male. It looks like they have a penis because of excess androgen exposure in utero. And this is the one that blew me away. There's 5-alpha reductase deficiency. In parts of the Dominican Republic, there are a bunch of children assigned female at birth who, at puberty, just grow penises.
What?
Yeah. Locals.
That's a surprise.
Yeah. Locals call them doses, which is eggs at 12. And yeah, it's just something about that particular gene pool causes this more often than in other human populations. But like basically at 12 years old, suddenly you grow a dick.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? That would be traumatic in our society, in this economy.
If I were 12 and I grew another dick, that would be fantastic. Then I could be Klingon. But no, it must be really confusing and traumatic and so hard to understand. And
yeah,
like a lot of intersex people like feel different, like they don't fully conform from a gender perspective to whatever was thrust upon them by their parents or whatever. Same with trans people, obviously. If you felt like you were a girl and then dressed, behaved, acted like a girl, and then suddenly grew a dick, like that would be, I don't know what, like it's. I'm getting dysmorphic for the person.
Yeah,
like
yeah. We don't even teach that you're gonna have a period, and here's what that looks like and how to deal with it. Like. So we're, and you know, that's 50% of people that like, we just don't teach that shit to. We're not going to teach people this real weird edge case.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Totally. Well, okay. So there are at least 40 known different kinds of intersex variations.
Damn.
And it affects up to 1.7% of the population. So in the United States, rough math, 300 million people, this thing that you think doesn't matter is almost 6 million people. They are not something you can just overlook, because a lot of conservative fuckface asshole dickbags like to say dickbag fuckface assholes. Anyway, they like to say, well, it's XX and XY, and the rest is just, you're just crazy making with this like tiny number that doesn't actually matter. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay. Last, Kyle. Trans guys and bottom growth. So when trans men, who, I'm being pedantic and over descriptive, are assigned female at birth, have usually a vagina and clitoris and uterus and ovaries, when they start on testosterone, transitioning from female to male, one of the first changes that most of those men encounter is clitoral enlargement. The community calls it bottom growth. Typical growth is 1 to 4 centimeters, and that is a significant change in size. And a lot of trans guys have a clit that starts to look like a small penis. And it happens because the clitoris has androgen receptors throughout life. It's the same tissue as a penis, and it responds to the same hormones. Essentially, testosterone just starts the process that a male fetus would go through in the womb just happen to be out of the womb and 20 years old or whatever when you start T. Metoidioplasty, which is a gender-affirming surgery, builds on this. They enlarge the clitoris with testosterone, and then it becomes a neophallus, so that's 4 to 7 centimeters. The clitoral hood becomes the foreskin, and the labia can be joined to create a scrotum. So basically, the surgeon does what happens to a male fetus in the womb by zipping up that zipper that we talked about.
I don't like that imagery.
But yeah. So you want to know, you want to know where a clit is? Ask a trans guy, because it's a homing beacon. It's like you can't miss it. Yeah. That's more biology stuff.
I am going to talk about, you talked about it, using it as a homing beacon. Well, can people find the clit?
Well, how can? Where?
What?
Who can?
Can they?
Can they?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can.
Okay, that was easy. I'm going to talk, because that's always the joke, is that men can't find the clit.
Yeah.
They don't know where it is.
I mean, I found my wife's just fine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, eventually. Sure.
Okay.
Let's hear your tips first,
Okay.
Kyle.
This is not tips. This is just the data on whether people can. So, 2019 study by YouGov among Britons, the respondents were asked to label a drawing of genitalia, of the vulva and all the other good parts. And
I did this to you in a very, very early episode.
I don't think I did good.
You did great.
I don't think that's true. It included the urethra, the labia, the vagina, and the clitoris. Those were the things you had to label.
We should repost
Sure.
the drawing.
Do you have that still?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's totally not embarrassing. Other findings, not about finding clit, but other findings that I thought were interesting is the vagina contains a lot of good bacteria. So it is not recommended that you wash the inside of the vagina.
Yeah, don't pressure wash your insides.
No. Only pressure wash your butthole.
Don't do that to your butthole either, Kyle.
Pressure wash your butt. Even just washing out with water, don't do that. That damages the natural balance of bacteria and is likely to lead to an infection. 46% of women didn't know you shouldn't wash the inside of your vagina. They were asked whether it's necessary to take a tampon out to pee. Do you have to take a tampon out to pee, Mike?
No.
The answer is no. 82% of women correctly answered that you don't need to. That makes sense because they have a little bit of experience in that department. The men don't. What?
I have been with several vagina havers in a sexual way and performed oral on them. I don't understand how, do you not look at your own business to understand what's happening? Because maybe I'm just more curious than the average dude or something, but you can see where all of these things are if you just fucking look.
No, I closed my eyes and went, "Leh, leh, leh."
The hole the tampon goes in is not the hole that the pee comes out of. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. 57% of men correctly answered that you do not need to take out a tampon to pee. So less than women, of course. Now let's get to the good stuff. The clit results. The clitoris was the only part that a majority of both men and women labeled correctly.
Nice.
Yeah. Way to go. 71% of women labeled it correctly and 69% of men labeled it correctly. So we're actually not that different.
But 29%, goddamn near a third of women couldn't find their own clit on a drawing.
Correct.
What the fuck is going on?
I think when I was younger, if you said, "Where's your prostate?" I'd be like, "I don't know what you're talking about." I don't think I knew about my prostate.
Okay.
When I was a certain age.
Okay.
So I looked at other studies. That was surprising. I need you to act surprised at that data.
Oh my God.
Thanks. 71% or 69%. They're right on par with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could sneeze 2%. You're fine.
Maybe we know where the clit is.
Maybe we know where the clit is. So a 2024 survey by the Urology Institute among 2,000 UK men, they focused on the results of the Gen Z men among them. And they asked, where in the body is the clitoris located? And there were multiple choice answers. It's either above the opening to a female's urethra where the inner labia meet, or in the vagina, or between the vagina and the anus, or none of the above, or not sure. And the correct answer is...
Not between the vagina and the anus. My God.
No, it's not there. The correct answer is
It's up at the top. The
first one above the opening to a female's urethra where the inner labia meet. You can also tell that's the correct answer because it is the most descriptive. It's the most words.
Now you're just giving us SAT tips.
Yep, exactly.
Great.
I did pretty good on the SATs. So overall, 61% of men correctly identified the clit. Of the men that were 18 to 24, only 41% could correctly identify it. So when you're younger, you're less likely to know where the clit is. That makes sense to me. 70% of the men aged 55 to 64 could find it. So the older you get, the more likely you are to be able to identify where the clitoris is.
Hopefully, your wife is happier for it.
You know, that's why you need to fuck before marriage.
Yeah.
So you learn all these things that you need to know about.
100%.
They were also asked where in the body is the prostate located. For men under age 35, only 38% could correctly identify it.
I still don't know where mine is. So.
You don't have one, is what I think what we decided. Yeah. Yours is lost. If you've seen Mike's prostate, 555
5855 Gayish.
So it was 38% for people under the age of 25 could could identify their prostate. For boomers, it was 58% could identify where it is. I think that there's a decent chunk of people, 42%, that could not find it. I think a decent chunk of this is we just have really bad sex education. Well, this is for the UK though. Maybe they have bad sex education too. I know more about the US.
They're way too British to talk about sex, I think.
They just pour themselves some tea and say it's a delight, and then move on to the next topic.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. Rebecca Porta, the chief executive of the Urology Foundation, said, quote, "It's worrying that many males are reaching adulthood without knowing where their prostate is or what it does, and more males aged 18 to 24 years are aware of female sexual anatomy than their own bodies." And that is finding the clit.
And the prostate.
And the prostate, yeah.
Yeah. My ex-wife wanted me to let her touch my butthole, and I said no.
Yeah. Was it...
Because we used to take baths together, and she's like, just let me touch your butthole. And I was like, no.
You used to take baths together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Is that a normal thing?
I don't know.
Do adult couples do that a lot?
I mean, if you have a hot tub, you do that instead.
Right.
It's the same vibe.
I can barely fit into my own bathtub, much less have another human being in there.
You need a bigger clit.
Okay, wait. Was it like your internalized homophobia that prevented you from letting her?
100%, Kyle.
Okay. I thought anal was gross when I first saw it when I was a baby gay.
Yeah.
But then I grew to love it.
Yeah. Well, practice makes perfect.
Yeah, it changes.
Well, I do want to talk about orgasms for a little bit, and you already talked about the nerve endings. There's way more nerve endings than we thought because we were studying cow clits.
Yep.
But and I think we mentioned this already, but the clitoris is an iceberg. There's 90% of it is internal, and the clit, the visible glands on the outside is pea-sized approximately. So if you're thinking it's going to be I don't know, a big neon flashing sign, it's not huge. You do have to look for it.
Yeah.
But
that's what the book The Princess and the Pea was about.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Her clit was way under all the mattresses.
You couldn't even feel it when you laid on top of her.
But the full organ is 10 centimeters long. It's shaped like an upside down wishbone, which you'd said the wishbone. But Helen O'Connell is the one that was talking about the way that orgasms work. And she's one of the people that thinks that vaginal orgasms are really clitoral orgasms, that because the wall of the vagina is basically part of the clitoris because it goes inside there and sort of hugs the vagina.
Oh.
She said, quote, "If you lift the skin off the vagina on the side walls, you get the bulbs of the clitoris, triangular crescential masses of erectile tissue. And the clitoris, urethra, and vagina form an interconnected tissue cluster that O'Connell called the locus of female sexual function and orgasm." And the whole thing about the cow clits and the finding out how many nerves that we actually have, but it was actually studies done on trans patients undergoing phalloplasty that gave us that correct number.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I thought that was really interesting because, like, we rarely do we study trans people, and I think it's even more rare that, like, trans people unlock something for everyone else.
Yeah.
And so
is the idea like, oh, hey, we're already down there doing stuff, fucking around, can we just go ahead and like do a little bit of counting while we're there?
Exactly. Yeah, because the clit becomes the glands of the penis, and that's true for certain phalloplasty surgeries. And so, like, they're like, if we're gonna rearrange things, we maybe should understand them a little better.
Yeah,
and that's why. Okay, we talked a little bit about the G-spot, and it's named for Ernst Grafenberg in 1950. And it still has never been proven to exist as a distinct anatomical structure. A 2021 review in Sexual Medicine said, quote, "The existence of this structure remains unproved." And there was a twin study of 1,804 women that found no genetic influence on reported G-spot sensitivity, suggesting it's not a hardwired biological feature. Now, the leading theory is that what people experience as the G-spot is actually stimulation of the internal clit pressing against the anterior vaginal wall. And there are other people who absolutely will say, no, it's not just that, I promise. And we should maybe trust people to know their own bodies. It's hard to, I don't know. But French researchers Buisson and Foldet made a 3D ultrasound of the aroused clitoris in 2009 and then published it as something you can 3D print.
So if I want my own, I can just print it.
Yep.
Nice.
And
should we get a 3D printer for the studio?
Yes.
That would be cool.
Then we could print our own Dick Bag Fuck Face Asshole awards.
Oh, I thought you were just say stop at Dick.
Oh, we could print our own dicks.
Yeah.
Why not?
I love it.
Cock rings.
Cock
Caucages.
Caucasians. Yeah. Just everything.
Yeah. The perfect man.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know this, Kyle. And now it makes me sad that I didn't know what I was missing out on.
Oh.
And I should have just been listening to you the entire time.
Okay. I like this so far.
We have studied prostate orgasms, and they are reported as more intense than penile orgasms. They're described as deeper, fuller, and more whole body. And that they are about an average of 12 contractions compared to an average of 6 contractions for a typical penile orgasm. So it's more contractions. Didn't know that. But it is interesting that people have noted that descriptions of prostate orgasms are very close to descriptions of clitoral orgasms in terms of their physical difference and physical sensation. And I think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe the prostate is the clit of the butt.
Oh, I love that. Fuck my clit, buddies.
And trans men, we talked about the bottom growth that trans men, well, any clit haver that goes on testosterone experience, but it also changes the way that their orgasms feel. That trans men, we have a lot of data about that their experience of clitoral orgasm changes from a whole body experience that is described as a, quote, building wave of pleasure, becomes more of a sharper peak orgasm, and is more in line with the way that penis havers describe penile orgasms. So it's really, really, it's just interesting to me that on T, the clit changes not just the size and shape of the clit, but also the experience of orgasm.
Yeah. Another thing that I didn't do that I almost did was more about trans men and their orgasms. And I think it was something like 6 months after gender reassignment surgery, gender confirmation surgery, that they reported being able to like experience an orgasm again. So, and not everyone, but most. So yeah, you'll be able to have, a lot of people can have orgasms even after surgery.
Like a phalloplasty.
Yeah.
Like a lot of trans men don't have bottom surgery at all. They just enjoy their bigger T clit, and that's good enough.
Yep.
But yeah. Phalloplasty, also known as the edidectomy, is they can't experience orgasm in a lot of cases, and That's yeah. Did we do it, Kyle?
No, you didn't tell us about your clit experience.
Oh, well, I clitorally did a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, clits are great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that what you have to say about clits?
Well, okay. Here's what I want to avoid.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to say.
No.
I am not bisexual.
Oh,
And-
okay.
But, like, the fact that I, like, have enjoyed vaginas and clitorises, inevitably somebody's going to say that means that I'm something other than gay. And it is frustrating.
I mean, that person needs to evaluate their trans inclusivity because there are men who have vaginas and they need to accept and get over that.
I agree. Trans men are men.
Yeah.
So if I fuck a man, he happens to have a vagina, it's still gay.
It's still pretty gay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, clitorises, I mostly just treat them like small dicks.
You like suck on them like a dick?
Yeah. Which with trans guys, they're like big. It can go in your mouth. Like there wasn't. Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk about my ex-wife that much or not, but like she was not on testosterone and like, wasn't something that I could put in my mouth. Like, but use my tongue on it. It's fine. It's pleasant. Whatever.
Is it involving clits in your oral experience? Is it like the same as blowjobs? Do you prefer one over the other? Like, is there a difference?
It's different. It's very, very different. Yeah, because like it's hard to choke on a clit. You know.
That's hot. That's another reason I like dicks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember when I was in high school, I tried to finger my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't go great.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing, and
she may not have either.
I don't know. She injured her back so much that she was like, just leave. And I left, and later was like talking to someone who's like, how do I, or her friend was like, this went very poorly on AOL. And I was like, this went very poorly. Like, what should I do? And she talked about like focusing on the clit. And so I never did it again.
You hurt her back?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know the connection between clits and backs, but my clit, my back. Yeah. So I have very limited experience with vaginas in general, much less clits.
You can change that.
I could. Hit me up.
Oh wait, I was going to tell you some trivia stuff because we were going to do for the Patreon segment. You were going to talk about lesbians and lube.
Oh yes, we're going to talk about lesbians and lube and lube use, and that'll be fun.
Well, then let me go over my like fun facts.
Okay.
Female hyenas
Okay.
have an 8-inch clit.
Damn, hyenas! What you gonna do with all that clit?
Yeah. They they urinate, they mate, and they give birth.
Yeah. Is bonobos on your list?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I won't say it.
But yeah, they have a pseudo penis. It's 90% the length of a male's penis. It's physically impossible for a male to mate without the female's full cooperation. One researcher described the logistics as, quote, a bit like trying to have sex with a sock.
The sock has to cooperate.
He has to fuck her clit. The male hyena has to fuck the giant clit of the hyena female.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then birth is even worse. The birth canal through her clitoris is only 2.2 centimeters wide, but a cub's head is 6 to 7 centimeters. And the clitoris tears during delivery. Anyway, it's just wild. They have giant clits.
Wow.
Bonobos. Their clits are 3 times larger than the human equivalent, and they rub them every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours?
Yeah.
I get that, girl.
Yeah. Female bonobos engage in GG rubbing, which we've talked about GG rubbing before, genital rubbing, like constantly. They do like conflict resolution, social bonding. They say hello by rubbing clits together, stress relief, and apparently just because they feel like it.
Yeah.
A study found that after same-sex encounters, female bonobos had higher oxytocin levels than after sex with males. So it like chills them out more than getting railed. And they also frequently mate face-to-face, which is rare in animals. And their clitoris and vulva are positioned forward to facilitate this.
They scissor.
Yeah. Primatologist Franz de Waal calls it a gynecocracy because female bonobos dominate males through sexual coalitions. Anyway, we talked about bonobos all the time. They're fucking fascinating. One of our closest relatives, and they're gay as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We have to talk about the cult of the clitoris scandal. In 1918, a British politician tried to prove a woman was a German lesbian spy because she knew the word clitoris. So there was a right-wing MP, Noel Pemberton Billing, and published a front-page article that claimed Canadian dancer Maud Allen was part of a German-backed lesbian spy ring of 47,000 sexual deviants, undermining the British war effort. And his argument was the word clitoris is so obscure, only a sexually deviant person would know it.
What a way to reframe intelligence. When someone says something that I don't know or understand, I'm going to be like, you must be a sexual deviant spy.
You're
because
clearly a German lesbian spy.
No way that you would know that information.
Lord Albemarle, who was an aristocrat, apparently asked, quote, "Who is this Greek chap, clitoris, they're all talking about?" She sued for libel and lost.
Wow. She is a French-German sexual deviant spy?
No, she wasn't, but it also wasn't libel for him to accuse her of that. That's how, I don't know.
Huh.
Okay, let's see. Queer artist Sophia Wallace, this is a new thing. Queer artist Sophia Wallace built a writable giant golden clitoris and wrote 100 natural laws of clitorisy. She made it's art, but it's a text installation, and it's called Clitorisy, 100 Natural Laws. And she also has an ongoing project that includes the Clit Rodeo, an interactive writable gold clitoris sculpture. Anyway, some of her laws are law 4 is the clitoris is not a button. It is an iceberg.
Because it gets wet.
Law 31, freedom in society can be measured by the distribution of orgasms. And law 57, democracy without clitorisy equals fallacy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, her TED Talk on clitorisy has been one of like a super popular one.
Huh.
And she is fond of saying, quote, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon in 1969, but it took another 29 years for the complete anatomy of the clitoris to be proven.
Yeah.
Because we're focused on rockets and cockets. Yeah, that's... last thing. The clitoris is the only known human organ whose sole documented purpose is pleasure.
Me.
A walking, talking clit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. Because you would think that... I guess penises do a lot of things.
So there's a whole thing about like why are clits. There's a Yale study in 2016 and like that basically there are rabbits, cats, ferrets, and camels are induced ovulators. They only release eggs after their clitoris is stimulated. So it's not about pleasure, it's about starting the process of eggs dropping. And primates though evolved cyclical ovulation. We have periods and didn't need that little button that said, hey, give me eggs. So we evolutionary biology turned it into a pleasure function.
Oh yeah, you're
instead.
not doing anything with that. You might as well turn it into something fun.
Yeah, and evolution does that a lot. Actually, it'll rewire something because getting rid of it is more expensive, evolutionarily speaking. But yeah, anyway, that's my thing. That like clits are like the bing bong give me eggs button in a lot of other mammals, but in primates it's for pleasure.
Yeah, interesting.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Okay, we're gonna talk about lesbians and lube for the Patreon.
Yep.
But otherwise we did it.
I think so.
Okay. Do you want to go hunting for a clit with me?
Let's go clit hunting.
Great. Let's take a break.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
Are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We're going to do our gayest and straightest.
We're going to do our gayest and straightest, but first. Our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We're on social media at Gayish Podcast, or you can find ways to be involved in the community, like our Discord group or our Facebook group. It's not a Discord group, it's a server. You can go to gayishpodcast.com/contact.
Oh my God, Kyle, we need to do gayishpodcast.com/clit, and it's just, you found it.
Okay, I'll do that. That'll be up by the time this episode goes up.
Our hotline, you can send us Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails. It's 585-5-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
Sorry, when I laugh at you, then I have to keep in the part where you fucked up, because otherwise I'll be laughing out of nowhere for no reason.
It's fine.
Our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
Our physical mailing address is Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109. It's our 9th birthday coming up in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Send me cookies.
April 3rd. Ooh, cookies. I would love some cookies. April 3rd is our birthday.
Yeah.
We're turning 9.
Yeah.
Our last single digit.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Then we'll be old.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Did we get the end?
Could we what?
We got to the end there. Programming notes. So yeah, there's no programming notes, but we do want you to please buy our book.
Yeah.
And we want you to please come on the cruise.
Yeah.
And we want you to please come on my face.
Yeah.
And we want you to please send us birthday gifts.
And send us pictures of your clit.
Lubed or not lubed.
No, maybe don't do that. Yeah. I think Gayest and Straightest.
We'll do our Gayest and Straightest then.
I'll go.
Okay.
My gayest is the fact that I'm going to see Cardi B tonight.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
You and Derek.
Yeah.
Going.
Yeah. It's going to be great. I think that gays love her.
Yeah.
We had to move on from Nicki Minaj too. So like,
right.
I think more gays are going to love her going forward. My straightest, I know nothing about her. I know
You know she has a wet ass pussy.
Know that she has that's on theme. I know she has a wet ass pussy. There's a song called Vodka Yellow that I knew of. Like that's the only song that I could name. I actually kind of forgot about wet ass pussy, so I wouldn't have named that. Like had someone asked, so like Vodka Yellow is like the only song of hers I can name. So I'm just going to be happy to be there. I'm just going to be enjoying myself and life and not knowing what's happening.
I will not care. I don't want to be there.
Fair. Yeah. What about you?
What about me? So the straightest thing about me this week is going to the hardware store and getting all of the stuff for the garden. It just felt like took the seat out of the Jeep and loaded a bunch of lumber and chicken wire and put together all these garden beds. I don't know.
That could be your lesbianist too.
It could, absolutely, 100%. But I'm excited for the garden this year, Kyle.
Nice.
We have 9 raised beds now in the backyard. I've got a whole spreadsheet of what's going to go in them. It's great.
What are you going to plant?
Carrots and potatoes and cabbage and arugula and turnips and beets and kohlrabi and bok choy and lettuce. Did I say lettuce already?
Wow.
And just
You've got a lot planned for those 9 beds.
eggplant, just for the joke, just for the lols. And beans and peas and
that's so much stuff you're growing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you eat it.
Oh, okay.
The gayest thing about me this week is our dog is Zucchini. I bought her a pita bed.
What's a pita bed?
It looks like a pita. She crawls inside of it because it's a pocket.
Oh, like a pita pocket.
Like a pita pocket. So she can crawl in there.
That's adorable.
I just, oh God. I don't know why that is gay, but it just feels gay.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, she needs that.
Buying accessories for your dog is pretty gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
We have a listener's Gayest and Straightest.
We do have listeners Gayest and Straightest. This is from Sean from Chicago.
Hey, Mike and Kyle. This is Sean from Chicago. Just wanted to call in and share my Gayest and Straightest for the week, having just finished an episode. My straightest would be completing a repair to my toilet. I had to change out the flush kind of refill valve because for my gayest, as you can imagine, it's gotten really old, having to wait literal minutes in between flushing the toilet when preparing for certain bottoming activities. Anyway, I've been listening to you guys since summer of 2017, not long after you came out, which happens to also be the same year that I came out as a 28-year-old. So really appreciate you guys for everything that you do, and thanks.
Oh, that's very sweet.
That is very sweet. Thanks for listening.
And repairing your toilet is straight.
Mm-hmm.
and repairing your toilet so that you can bottom more efficiently is very gay.
Have you ever had the toilet not flush when you're trying to douche?
No.
Really? Oh my God, that happens to me all the time. My toilet just stops flushing and I'm like,
It knows. It's homophobic.
it's homophobic for sure. Like, if there's ever a time that I need you to flush toilet, it's now. I need this. It sucks so much.
I'm reminded of David Sedaris's story in one of his books about dropping a fat turd at a toilet at a house party and it wouldn't flush. And him trying to figure out what to do with it is magical. That's it, I guess.
Yeah.
A special thank you to clit havers everywhere.
Yeah, and there's a special thank you to Clits everywhere.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. And we also appreciate people who give us money.
And we appreciate the people that give us money. Like Matt H., Jesse, Adam Y., Locomotive, Simon Srirachi, Kaylee Adams, Kid Oliver, Kobe Gordon. That's the first time you've been like, yo, it's your turn now. In a nice way. Squoggle, Andrew Bugby, William Bryant, John Crowley, Stephen Porchio, Stilsel, Jonathan Montanius, Forrest Nail, Steve Douglas, Explosive Donnie, Michael Cubbington, Thomas B., Dusty Sands, A. Coleman, Chris Cacciatorians, and Jerome York. Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your money. That's it. This has been Gayish from the Chris Cacciatorian Studios. I'm Mike Johnson.
Did we say our names at the top of the show? I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you.
We literally did, Kyle.
Okay. This is the part where I get nervous that we didn't have anything to put in the Easter egg. Let's do this.